If there's one thing I love in Just Dance, it's a good love story between two coaches. My name is Avery, and a world without Just Dance lore is not a world I want to live in. Today we'll be discussing the two coaches who fell in love, the Traveler and Siha Nova. I have quite a few other lore videos, so feel free to subscribe if you like these topics. Now let's get into the love story from Just Dance 2022. The Traveler is the coach for Rock Your Body, and Siha Nova is the coach for Levitating. We meet them both for the first time in the announcement trailer for the Traveler season from Just Dance 2021. Players were able to play Rock Your Body and Levitating for 1 week each during the season. At some point during the lead up to Just Dance 2022, Siha's name was revealed on social media, but I couldn't find the post anywhere, so I don't have a date for you guys. We finally got to meet the two coaches and play out their love story when Just Dance 2022 came out on November 4th, 2021, so let's dissect the maps. Rock Your Body is set in this hotel-looking area that starts to break away and reveal a ton of staircases and levels in space. The background looks inspired by the MC Escher artwork called Relativity. The Traveler also seems to be inspired by Doctor Strange with the powers that he has. He appears in duplicates and can open portals to other maps. Towards the end of the dance, you can see him opening multiple portals to other maps from Just Dance 2022 and sending his duplicates out. The maps from left to right are China, Rock Your Body, Mr. Blue Sky, and Think About Things. He then opens one last portal and disappears into the map for Levitating. Ironically, he doesn't appear in any of the other maps that he opened portals for, but he does appear in one. It's hard to spot, but he can be seen walking in the background of Last Friday Night. In the map for Levitating, there isn't any lore in the background, but Siha Nova does form the same triangle with her hands that the Traveler does in his own map. You may have noticed that I'm wearing a Siha Nova cosplay, but don't be fooled, it's only from the waist up. Finally, the two reunite in the map for Savior Tears. And yes, I use the word reunite, which I'll elaborate on soon. The two dance in a map that looks like a combination of the background from Rock Your Body and Levitating. At the bridge of the song, the two move their hands towards each other. Glowing particles are coming off of their hands, and it looks like they're struggling until their hands combine in an explosion of space magic? At the end of the map, the Traveler opens up portals to their respective maps, and they go their separate ways. And when I tell you I was devastated. Why would they separate? They finally found each other, they're clearly in love, and now they're just leaving each other? Now you might remember that I used the term reunite when the dance starts in Savior Tears. Something I wondered about was how the Traveler even knew to look for her. Sesame's here and he loves Just Dance lore. It had me thinking that maybe they've met before and were separated. So I asked the lore guardian and she said they indeed did meet before Just Dance 2022, but we're gonna have to wait for more details. Thankfully, the story doesn't end there. On December 11th, 2022, I posted my gameplay for Levitating on Twitter with the caption, "A few months ago, Just Dance made a post saying they named this dancer Siha. I don't know if it's a tribute, but I've chosen to take it that way and it makes me very emotional." And the creative director for Just Dance responded and confirmed that it was a tribute. I'm just gonna divert from the timeline a little bit to talk about this. This was such a huge honor for me. I've been playing Just Dance since the very first game came out, and I've been a part of the community for 8 years. To see my name in the game as a coach, like cemented in lore, was just such a surreal feeling. It's like a life goal has been checked off my list. Now, if they ever need a dancer as a coach, they know where to find me. Since we're getting into the lore, I also wanted to briefly touch on the name Siha. I got the name Siha from a video game called Mass Effect, where you play as Commander Shepard, and your goal is to recruit a team throughout the galaxy to literally save the universe from extinction. No pressure. You can also romance characters in this game, and if you play as female Shepard, you can romance a character named Thane. As your romance develops, he starts to call you Siha, which in his culture is like a badass warrior goddess. But calling partners Siha is a term of endearment, like sweetheart or babe. So I think it's really fitting that they picked an alien character in Just Dance to be named Siha, which is from a video game about aliens. Okay, name lore over, let's get back to the juicy stuff. On May 9th, Just Dance posted a comic on Mother's Day of Siha Nova doing various self-care tasks and revealing that she's pregnant. This would make her the first coach in the series to become pregnant. And on September 10th, 2022, when Just Dance 2023 was announced, we got to meet their child for the first time. Wanderlust is the son of the Traveler and Siha Nova and is one of the protagonists of JD23. He inherits different things from his parents, Siha's blue skin and the Traveler's medallion on his belt. I got to see this costume up close in person, and it is so detailed. Wanderlust is met at the beginning of Enter the Dance Verses, which is Just Dance's story mode, and the first song is Can't Stop the Feeling. He brings Sarah into the world of Just Dance, and multiple Just Dance coaches teach her their moves in the map. At the end of the dance, the coaches are kidnapped by the Night Swan, the villain of the game. And what will the coaches do after being kidnapped? On the count of 3. 1, 2, serve! Wanderlust and Sarah make it their mission to save the coaches, and Wanderlust opens a portal, revealing that he has the same power his father has. I'm not going to get into the full story of Just Dance 2023 because I want to save that for its own video, but there is one map featuring Wanderlust that I wanted to touch on. Wanderlust also appears in the alternate dance for Can't Stop the Feeling, which is a much harder choreo. The map starts off with a scene of the Traveler and Siha from Savior Tears with their hands combining, an explosion of light, and then Wanderlust appears. So if you were wondering, yep, that's how they made him. You just watched 2 Just Dance coaches procreate right in front of your eyes. Wait, if 2 coaches touching hands means they procreate, then that means there's not much other lore here except that you can see previews of other dances behind him, which I think are meant to represent portals that he's created and can walk through. There is one last piece of lore involving Wanderlust that I have for you. On Valentine's Day, the Just Dance social media account made a post that reads, "Wanderlust, Mahali, Breziana, and Jack are opening their Valentine's cards. But what's this? Jack got a card, and it's not been signed. So maybe there's a romance bubbling between Wanderlust and Jack Rose. Who knows?" I love when Just Dance has romance. I think it's such a beautiful way to bring 2 coaches together and enrich the story. To me, dance is a way to express how you feel, so seeing 2 dancers in love expressing that through their art form is just really beautiful. I think one of the best things Just Dance has ever done is bring coaches together, romantically or not. To see coaches dancing together in Sugar, or all the Katy Perry coaches inducting the newest one into the game, or seeing 2 coaches fall in love and have a child, it makes me feel more invested in the series because it feels like a family that I want to keep up with. Maybe I'm biased because one of the coaches is named after me, but I love this pair so much, and to me, they're cemented in my mind as a crucial part of the Just Dance history. And if what the Lore Guardian says is true, then maybe we'll get to see a backstory map of the 2 meeting. Whatever the case, I'll be waiting on more updates on the story between the Traveler and Siha. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive into the love story of Just Dance 2022. I was a little iffy about making this video because I get really nervous talking about myself in this kind of way. It feels almost like I'm humble bragging a little bit, but deep down I'm very proud that I'm involved in the story, even in such a small way. So I knew it was time to make this video. If you enjoyed this lore deep dive, don't forget to check out my other lore videos. I also have a few gameplays for both Levitating and Savior Tears if you want to watch those too. And let me know which stories you want me to delve into next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!